Hey guys, this is going to be a new project that I'm going to be doing. If you want to do it along with me, I don't really care, you can. But it's going to be Tamiya's old 148 scale Nakajima Ki-84 or K-84, depending where you look. But what the US called Frank. It's a nice looking aircraft. I like it. The kit itself, well, it's from the early 70s, and well, it's showing its age now, even though it's still pretty good. But I'm doing this because one of the options, I don't know how well you can see it, is the natural metal finish. And I need practice with that because I've never really done one before, and I have a couple kits now and on the way that are going to need to be metal finish. And since I've never done one, these kits you can pick up for most of the time $20 or less. A lot of places would make a good test bed for testing some of the ideas I have for a natural metal finish. I'm also probably going to enter this into the Styrene Syndicate Pacific Theater group build on Facebook. So I'll have to pictures and everything will be up there, but I'm still going to keep you updated with videos. Now, everything out of the box. This isn't meant to be a kit review. This kit's been kicking around for long enough that you can go find one if you want to see what the sprues in detail look like. And I already have everything out of the box. Here are the fuselage sprues. All in all, it's a decent looking kit. I don't have everything off, but as you can tell, it has some recessed detail along the engine cowl, rear of the cockpit on the fuselage, but the rest of it is raised panel lines. Same story with the lower, I'm just tossing it around now, lower and upper wings. You have some recessed panel lines. It's an odd color. See if I can. You have some recessed panel lines here. The rest are all raised. So I'm going to actually go in and scribe those. Same thing with the front cowling of the fuselage. We're going to have to put on it's in the royal we, I guess. That'll need parts of it scribed, and then there's an intake down on the bottom of the fuselage that'll need scribed, and the landing gear. Now, like I said, I'm not very good at rescribing at all. So since this is a practice kit, it's the only reason I got it to practice. If it turns out like garbage, I don't care. I'm still going to try my best to make sure things are ready, because I have some kits that I don't want to mess up on the way, and this will be a perfect way to do it, because I'm not an aircraft guy. I do armor, and now I'm moving more into aircraft now. I got 2 on the go, one in painting stages, one in weathering, and I'm just sort of stalled because I don't really know how I want to proceed. But I am going to rescribe this for practice. And I'll just show you quickly. I'm going to, I may use my my Tamiya P cutter panel line scriber, or I'm going to use my UMM scriber. Probably the UMM. It can do a finer line. It has, it can reach into tighter places a lot easier. It's sharper, but I can put a new blade in that other one. We can do a lot more. A little bit easier in my hands than the Tamiya P cutter. Only thing is, with this big handle, you can really get in and control it well. But I don't have a problem controlling the other one. But we're going to use some carving tape, 6 mil width. It's like the label making tape that the old trick a lot of guys use. A lot of them still use. This is a little bit more flexible. It doesn't stick as much. You can get this back off. it's easier to get around curves and some things. It's a little bit thinner, but it does pretty good. And if all else fails, I'll take a couple layers of masking tape, get a straight edge, cut a fresh line, and be able to use that as a guide. But we'll get into more scribing in a different video, I guess, because I don't want these to be too long, even though they're probably going to be a lot longer than I think. The only other thing that if you're going to do this, you're going to have to do some research and things. But here's the instructions. Now again, the copyright date on the box is from '72, so the kit's at least that old. The decals in it look newer. I mean, they look like they were printed a couple months ago. I mean, they look really good for Tamiya decals. There's an old instruction sheet there. You have your all your color call-outs. Now we're going to be doing plane 2, and part of the problem is Tamiya doesn't give any of their paint numbers. They just give names in these old kits. For like the first one, the body is supposed to be dark green, and the bottom it says blue. Well, they don't give any of their XF numbers or AS or any of their other sprays, because they just don't. And, this instruction sheet is copyrighted '87, so it's still an old kit. But if you're going to do the green, it's probably going to be XF 70, which is black green 2, which is a good color for Japanese aircraft. But then when you get into doing the cockpit, it tells you paint it the same color as the inside of the fuselage. It says to paint the inside of the fuselage black. Now if you look at pictures of the actual aircraft and their cockpits, it's not black. It's a paler green than the cockpit. So I'm just going to go ahead and use XF71 cockpit green. As you can tell, lighter shade of course, but I think it'll be good, and after we weather it, it'll be good. And, once it's in the cockpit and we close everything up, it's not going to be that visible, so I'm not really going to care that much. And if it's not historically accurate, again, I don't care. This is just a test piece. So the next video you'll probably get is going to be scribing, maybe, or just building the cockpit and doing that. But more than likely, I'll just go ahead and get started on the scribing since I'm here, and you'll get it as we go, because it's easy for me to sit down and almost leave the camera on. So, but that's what we're going to be doing. Again, Tamiya's old 148 Nakajima 84 Frank practice piece, and going to enter it into the Styrene Syndicate group on Facebook on their Pacific Theater group build. I got another build in mind too, but that's different for a different time. So thanks for watching, guys. Hopefully I'll have another video out pretty soon. See you guys later.